talking about. So, again, with that interjected, all of the gossip that is being said, all of the blacklisting needs to end. And if this conversation was merely about the idea of them feeling sorry for me and being mental and spiraling because I have PTSD for being a victim, a crime survivor of rape, incest rape, NFL abuse, domestic violence, and Davis faggot fucking police brutality, pardon my Francois, but yeah, I totally fucking hate Davis Popo. They do nothing to help nobody except their fucking selves. They do not give a fucking dick shit about their fucking mission statement that says, hey, we help everybody except Tanya. So come on down to Davis. Well, we will totally protect your civil rights, but fuck the fucking shithell out of Tanya's and make a complete spectacle of ourselves because we don't give a shit about law. Courtesy of the DA Dick Rezig and the Mexicali fucking moron department alliance of let's fuck the shit hell out of the United States and make everybody homeless. Except for Mexicans, of course. Because we know that those hardworking fucking bastards that take everybody's fucking jobs, that they are so entitled to government welfare housing when they make way too much money for it and could be housing people that actually fucking need it. Like, I don't know, say indigenous Americans that built this fucking nation that are not privileged. The only privileged white people are Masons or related to Masons, have a Mason connect or are Masons. Everybody else is just fucked. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And I'm allowed to say this. I don't have a job. I can't get fired. You know what I'm saying? I can say whatever the fuck I want in my US of A that says, hey, hurry refugees, get here. So that you can have free religion. You can have free speech. You can have your political views. And not be tortured and jailed. You can be here in America. La da 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 America. You know what I'm saying? You can be here and have every fucking shit you want. But the Americans can't have anything. They're allowed to shut up about their political views. And if they don't, they can be punished for it in America. I don't live in America. I live in a communist country.
Sounds like you're having just a really hard time kind of managing everything today, and that anger is really getting to you.
Yeah, I'm beyond. I'm beyond.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people that get help are the fucking assholes that don't need it and that are bamboozling the law so that they can get whatever the fucking hell they want. They've never had accountability for their crimes. They've never had accountability for shit. They just can zoom past every fucking thing. And I'm not fat Jesus, Heather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fat Jesus. I'm not here to take everybody's fucking crimes of the world and take on their responsibilities just because I'm a hippo that doesn't weigh 350 pounds. So, with that being said, I'm either going to need my rights instated Or a bunch of motherfuckers are going to need to start burning that goddamn flag and making that PSA that says, "Welcome to Communist USA," where we collaborate with China and screw everybody's life at the border. Except for Mexicans. Some are being chopped up to pieces and their organs are being sold at the black market, courtesy of China. And then others are being murdered from, drugs and fentanyl use, and others are just being raped and killed. And those that actually get in safely are given housing immediately, money immediately, food immediately. Meanwhile, millions and millions of displaced Americans that are homeless for all sorts of reasons, including COVID, where people have lost their jobs, including fires where people have lost their homes, including a million fucking reasons why people become homeless. You cannot categorize all of those people that are on the street as being drug traffickers or fucking riffraff. They cannot all be categorized under the same category as an excuse to keep them fucking homeless. And even those people would need help and are absolutely entitled to it. Meanwhile, we're letting in bipolar drug addicts from the fucking border take over. And they're allowed to have housing. Shit, Jeff Resig wouldn't even suggest that they would go to the new mental housing he's planning to build in Davis. No, they would just get free housing from HUD. They would get the best that Tandem has because they make sure that fair housing is entirely, operated from Mexicans in the county. And Empower YOLO, entirely operated from Mexicans. They have all kinds of resources there for the county, for Mexicans. Oh, you need that restraining order dropped? Go to Empower YOLO. Oh, they won't help me. Well, they're supposed to. Oh, well, go to legal aid. No, yeah, they won't help me. Why not? Because they're connected to the government employee, and they say that that's a conflict of interest for them. So then where does somebody go that, is on disability, has no resources, and not even the disability rights will help me because a cop, Jeremy Higgins, has family that worked at the disability rights, and ironically, he arrested the government employee 100 years ago on DUI charges, but now they're fucking besties, reunited from when we were in junior high. And our friend Hilda dumped his stupid fucking ass and left him like, hey there, lonely boy. And so now he's besties with Rita. Oops, I'm sorry. I said her name. Now he's besties with this government idiot fucking employee that thinks that she owns the county and, owns white people. Like, she's owns all kinds of people. So, if she acts a certain way and talks a certain way, then, oh, look, then that means that she's a good person. Meanwhile, she's totally connected with the mafia. Every time I've gone to the hotel, she sends her asshole cops and her little gangbangery Mexicans that I'm aware of. Like, I totally know who she is. I know who she's connected with. I know the Castro Garcias connected with the Figueroa cops that are total mafia, that are connected with my mom's manager. The Figueroa cops, Anthony Figueroa, sued from Attorney Burris for beating a black man way back in 2016. his cops, they got Figueroa cops all the way up and down the coast. Paul Figueroa, cop from Oakland PD, he was a part of the Celeste Guap case, where Celeste Guap was, her cop family dispatchers were prostituting her out to other cops all up and down from the Bay to El Dorado County. And she won $900,000 on a case where a cop killed his wife and then himself. And a bunch of cops were involved in that scenario. And Celeste Guap should not have received dime one on that case. And I hate jackers. But that was a fucking prostitute being prostituted out from her ghetto ass family. But this is Johnny Burris, Johnny Ghetto Burris, who helps people that are Mexicans and Muslims, and totally works with Curry, the relative assembly woman Curry. I forget what her last name is. She has a hyphenated name. But anyways, I mean, they are so damn corrupt all up and down the whole thing. Amanda Gorman has cop family, is a civil rights poet with Sacramento cop family, where they were pumping the hell out of BLM and saying that all of these cops were racist when it was a black cop that killed Stephon Clark. And Ben Crump was the attorney. He's related to also Amanda Gorman, who's got Sacramento Capitol relatives. They work at the Capitol also. How can you be in that lane of civil rights when you have jacker fucking family that participate in killing people? Just because your skin is black does not put you in that civil rights lane. And she has nothing to contribute personally to that story. It's like completely corrupt. And they let her recite at the Super Bowl. And they let Butterscotch, some little rapper, recite. I don't know if she's a rapper. Sort of a singer, I guess, from AGT, whose attorney was my attorney 100 years ago at Pinecrest. He quashed that eviction, and then they brutalized me and went back in and evicted me illegally on a case that had been closed that I had won. And then his relative named Kingalata Wright was the government employee's attorney that squealed on the government employee in the case and said that she had a criminal history, but that under California law, penal code, blah, 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 she was allowed to keep her job when that was not even the conversation. The conversation was that she committed perjury and said that I lied and slandered her name so that she could put a 5-year civil restraining order against me, saying that I slandered her name and denying her criminal history and trying to use this restraining order to crusade for my fucking town that has committed all sorts of crimes. Meanwhile, I'm lawful and haven't committed any crimes. And they refuse to go to the court. They refuse to challenge that my lawsuits are not delusional, so that they could even open up a platform. So even the federal court that has committed treason, conspiracy, and terrorizing me, allowing them to gaslight my lawsuits and continue this narrative is they're basically making a PSA saying that I'm lawful by denying all my lawsuits as delusional and denying that anybody says jack shit about me or anything else, that I'm just delusional. I have it all in my head, that nobody's saying nothing about me, nobody's doing anything to me, blah, blah, blah. If they just put it all down as delusional, then that's my PSA to the world to shut the fuck up. Because if you don't have the gall or the courage or the withal or whatever to go to the courts and petition my lawsuits as not delusional, then you don't have anything to say. You don't have the right to continue to torture me. And because I am a victim of crime survivor, they're the ones that are causing the emotional harm. They're causing health problems. They're causing me emotional distress. They're causing me reputable harm by continuing their bullshit narratives and trying to say that I'm the problem in the community, trying to act like I'm disruptive and I'm the problem when I'm the victim of crime survivor that they keep re-victimizing. So how does that make me the problem just because I have, the courage to be a whistleblower and talk about it? How does that make me the problem when they should be protecting me rather than hurting me? They shouldn't, when I say they, I'm talking about the DA, I'm talking about you, I'm talking about Vanguard, I'm talking about attorneys, I'm talking about every coulda, shoulda, woulda that won't. I can't even get an attorney. Attorneys, they will help people that are murderers, they will help gangbangers, they will help rapists, they will help every fucking criminal on the planet. And I'm lawful. I've never had a felony. I've never had a 5150. I've never been jailed. I cannot get nobody to help me. Not from the disability departments. I can't get anybody to help me from anywhere. And that's preposterous. I can't get the ACLU to help me because the American Civil Liberties Union only helps Mexicans and gay people and black people. And I'm not Mexican. And I'm not LGBTQ. And as far as black goes, I'm from a blended family. I do have blended DNA, but I'm not black and brown skin. And I'm not half black. I'm not a fourth black like my cousin is. Actually, he's more than a fourth black because he's multiracial on my side. And then his father, who is a celebrity, Dr. Boogie Langerston, you can look him up. He goes by Dr. Boogie. And he's a hairstylist for celebrities. My military cousin in his 30s, his godfather is Russell Simmons. Excuse me. Russell Simmons is a music mogul that created Def Jam. He was a mogul before all the other moguls were moguls. Way back in the 80s. And he's a billionaire and he has lots of power in the industry. And he completely supports all of that socialism. Black and Brown Coalition, BLM, LGBTQ, and they cover Elaine, Gina, and Nicole. They cover all of them. And that restraining order of the government employees is not a restraining order for Elaine, Gina, Nicole, Isabel's Guadagan drug family. Is not a restraining order for cops and their felon child rapist Ron Herrera family or any of their family or friends. It's a restraining order for the government employee who does not have her drug brother Vincent, her drug sister Norma's druggy family, her drug son Austin in his 30s, and felon Vanessa and her husband EJ, and her drug husband Eric Durgan Sr. are all not on that civil restraining order. All this government employee has is her adult children on that civil restraining order. And her daughter was in a car accident in 2021, a year into the civil restraining order, where all of the people in the car were all under influence, ejected from the car, and one person died. And this is on a government employee that is supposed to be presenting MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. And she not only has a DUI and a disorderly and a drug felon family, but has adult children that are involved with illegal influence, and the entire siren fuckers of the county that commit all kinds of hate crimes against me and try to control the narratives and harass me everywhere and violate my protected civil liberties and do Jedi mind tricks along with the rest of the world, blah, blah, blah. And so